evening, everybody. So yes, I'm working in Orange, and currently I'm working on the Maison Connectée home IoT service that has been launched by Orange this April. So what is Maison Connectée? Maison Connectée is a new service provided by Orange for controlling your connected devices at home with your smartphone. So what do you need? First, a Livebox 4 with sufficient Orange subscription, and this service is available only in France at the present time. You need, of course, some connected devices like light bulbs or power plugs or door sensors, cameras, and so on. And then you just have to download to install from the application store the Maison Connectée application on your smartphone. And then you can interact, control, and get data from your devices. And you can also instantiate some scenarios, some predefined scenarios, to get some advanced features and behaviors with your devices. So what is the service architecture at a very high level overview? On the right side, no, the left side, sorry, you have the mobile application, Maison Connectée. This application, in a very common way, for mobile applications, interact with the service platform with the HTTP protocol through an API. And at the other side, on the right side, you have your mobile, you have your connected devices, which are connected to the Livebox through the DECT ultra low energy radio protocol, because the Livebox 4 has an integrated chipset for DECT. And then the Livebox itself is connected via the MQTT, connection to the service platform. And what is peculiar here is that from the mobile application, there is no problem in benchmarking this, because the mobile application won't be running on every phone at every time. It will be switched on only from time to time by the clients, by the users. And when the mobile application works, when it opens an HTTP connection from time to time to send one or two requests, and then the HTTP connection is closed. But in the Maison Connectée architecture, the MQTT part is very different, because the MQTT connection is open by the Livebox when it boots, and if the Maison Connectée service is activated for the home, and then this connection keeps open as long as the Livebox is on. So this there stands the difficulty of benchmarking the MQTT part. So let's focus a little bit on this MQTT connection. MQTT stands for Message Queuing Telemetry Transport, and it was designed and standardized by Oasis specifically for machine-to-machine and Internet of Things messaging. It is based on a communication model with topics that you can subscribe to and publish to. This is a very common communication model too for messaging. So here in Maison Connectée, we have this MQTT connection between the service platform and the Livebox. This MQTT connection will transport messages with commands sent by the service platform to the devices through the Livebox, and in the other way around, all data alarms or information coming from the devices will be sent to the service platform. And so here stands the critical challenge for benchmarking. How do you benchmark the MQTT side, this part of the architecture on this picture, knowing there are almost 3 million Livebox 4 available today? And if you go back home and if you have a sufficient subscription, you can actually download the application and activate the service. So how did we do to benchmark? Well, we used OW2 Cliff. Cliff is a W2 load and performance testing project. It's a very mature project today. It has almost 16 years of existence through ObjectWeb and OW2 consortium. And it's released since the very beginning. It's all open source in LGPL license. And what makes Cliff very peculiar and very adapted to what we need for benchmarking Maison Connectée. First of all, it supports large-scale distributed load injection, which means that we can use several virtual machines or servers to generate load, to run load injectors. And large scales, by large scale I mean thousands, up to hundreds or 1,000 of load injectors in parallel. The other peculiarity is that it supports an arbitrary number of virtual users per load injector, and this is very important because typically what we would like to do here in our benchmarking campaign is to emulate the behavior of the devices and the Livebox with one virtual user per Livebox, per home. And so we will need to be able to run a very great number, a large number of virtual users. Cliff also supports extensions in Java, which can be useful if in the project we need some to extend with some features. And also it provides a plugin for Jenkins, and in the project we use Jenkins a lot for many purposes. So how did we build our performance bench? Well, first of all, we found out that the MQTT plugin that was provided with Cliff was not powerful enough in terms of number of simultaneous MQTT connections. And so we extended and contributed the existing plugin by wrapping another Java MQTT client, which is the Fuse source client. And this one is really able to support a great number of simultaneous connections. And thanks to this plugin, to this new version of the plugin, we could emulate up to 60,000 Liveboxes per load injector, emulated with very naturally, straightforwardly, with 60,000 virtual users. And this limit of 60,000 is just because at the operating system level and at the network level, you cannot get more TCP connections per network interface. As of today, currently in our benchmarking test, we emulate the behavior of 50,000 homes with 50,000 Liveboxes and 100,000 devices by running 50,000 virtual users distributed among 2 load injectors. And they generate more than 2,300 MQTT messages per second. And of course, as I said, we love Jenkins in the project, so all the test runs and also the reporting is automated with Jenkins and the Cliff plugin for Jenkins. So let me share with you some feedback about Cliff load injection. Well, the first point is, of course, that we could prove that Cliff did the job, and including for wrong test, for performance tests with endurance. And it's not the same thing to make a test run of 2 hours or 10 hours, for example. And this is true for the system under test, and this is true also for the load injection system. So it was okay with Cliff. We had to tune the scenario execution engine, in particular with regard to the thread pool size and also some other parameters. What we observed also is that the CPU consumption by the load injector, I'm not dealing with the system under test here, was below our expectations. To run 25,000 virtual users. We used virtual machine with 4 virtual CPU, but actually we realized that 2 virtual CPUs would be enough. So what is really critical is the consumption of memory, because with Cliff, each time you send a request to the system under test, there are a number of Java objects which are created and which can be cleaned afterward by the garbage collector. And we see that the garbage collector is really running very often. And so the bigger the heap space, the longer the full garbage collection will be. So it's better to have not too big heap sizes, and you can practically add more load injectors if you need. We try to tune also the garbage collector policy to overcome this garbage collection interruptions issue, but we had crashes each time. So we found out that the default garbage collector policy was the safer. Let me show you some garbage collection art. This is on this plot, you see the red dots are represent the amount of free heap memory. You see it decreases during the 25 first minutes. This is during the ramp up. We increase progressively the load. And then about each 10 minutes, there is a new full garbage collection occurring. And this makes, with the partial garbage collector, this makes this nice picture. So let's finish with the cherry on the cake. The cherry on the cake is that we did not just do some load testing with Cliff. We did a variety of performance testing and also some integration tests and also some monitoring of the live quality user experience. Because when you write your test scenarios with Cliff, you try to mimic the real use cases of the service. So you can run these scenarios with a great number of virtual users to generate a big load and to stress the platform. But you can also run just a single virtual user, not to stress the platform and to get to check if the platform is performing all right, that the results are correct. So this is the integration test point of view. And also the quality of user experience. You will have information because you will get the response time of all the operations that are done in these real use cases. And everything is run. So we do this actually in production, in qualification, and we get some alerting through Jenkins if things are not good. Okay, so here is all the information about Cliff on OW2 GitLab with GitLab CI that generates new versions, fresh versions. The container image on Docker Hub is also up to date. And if you have any question, please right now. You can go right now, or you can come and meet me at the community corner. Okay, thank you.